everyone. So over the weekend, Hallmark released over 250 brand new keepsake ornaments to take home for the holidays. And today we are so lucky to be joined by two of the keepsake artists that help create that collection. Please welcome to our home artists Tammy Haddix and Edythe Kegrize. Welcome, ladies. I mean, when I say we are honored, I mean that. You two are truly artistes.
Thank you. You're very sweet.
I mean, it's beyond ornaments. These are actually, these are like something you could pass down from generation to generation. You do such a great job.
Thank you.
And the two of you were just destined to work at Hallmark since the day you were born, really. How so, Tammy? We'll start with you.
Well, when I was 5, my mom took me into the Hallmark store because she loved Hallmark, always shopping for birthday cards. And I loved the card artwork. I thought, I'm going to be a card artist. I have never made a card.
But you've made a lot of ornaments.
Never made a card. I've made a lot of ornaments.
Yeah.
I've done gift wrap. I've done everything but cards.
And how did that happen?
It's just, I don't know.
Because you're so talented.
It just happened.
That's right. What about you, Edythe?
Well, it's funny because my mom sort of dragged me to the card store too and spent hours, it seemed like, looking for the perfect cards. And in the meantime, I kind of ran up and down the aisles playing with all the pop fold cards and anything that had little flocking or little crystals or anything on it, you know. And some things you could pop out and make little. I didn't do that, though.
Oh, of course. And if you did, you bought them.
Yeah, I was a good girl.
But it really is a magical place.
It is.
The Gold
It really
Crown
is.
stores, I mean, I think everybody has a memory of being in a Hallmark card
definitely,
store.
yeah.
You know?
For sure.
So you brought some really beautiful ornaments here. Why don't we start with the first one right here? So this is the Sweet and Sassy Sisters that you designed, right?
My
Tammy?
sweet and sassy sisters. My mom and my sister own a bakery, and my sister is it's wonderful. It's so cool. And my sister can sculpt anything out of fondant and make it just as cute as you can possibly imagine. So when I started coming up with a concept,
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
you see, that's my mom there with her gingerbread
You guys
house.
are the whole family full of
Yes.
creators.
It's
Oh my
crazy what they can
gosh.
do there. And with sugar, it's amazing.
Wow.
But I created this thinking of my sister in mind, thinking, what would I love to give her more than anything? So I'm so excited to give this to her for Christmas.
It's so adorable. And what about the Cocoa Cuddles right next to it?
Cocoa Cuddles. My Making Memories series is inspired by adults and children, what they do at Christmas time together and what my family does together with our kids. I mean, nothing better than sharing special memories with your kids at Christmas.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
here they're sharing cocoa.
And cuddles.
And cuddles. Yes. So I love making that ornament. I love the little guy. He's got the cutest cheeks. So.
Yeah, he does.
And Edythe, you were surrounded by nature, right? So
Growing
tell us
up,
about
yes.
your beautiful butterflies and what was the inspiration behind that?
Okay, this butterfly is the second in the Brilliant Butterfly series, and it's based on vintage pearlized buttons, like mother of pearl buttons, that have little piercings in it. And the larger wings are that pearlized material, and it has a little metal pierced overlay with a little bit of bling on top.
That's a lot of bling. I mean, I feel like I could wear it as a pin.
It would be
Yes.
Wouldn't it
It's
be beautiful
really
with my
gorgeous.
outfit?
Oh.
So there's more than one, so that's a whole series, the
Yes,
butterfly?
this is number 2, and they're all going to be rather decorative and fanciful.
And
I
only
love that word,
only one year.
fanciful.
And one a year.
And Edythe, these are sort of inspired by a collection your grandmother left to you of all the jewelry.
My great-grandmother loved to get gussied up.
Yeah.
She always had her really beautiful pin on and beautiful bracelets, and the rest of the family, we're not quite as flamboyant as she was, but I just loved how magical her little collection was, and I think that influence has made its way into my artwork.
Right, and it's
So-
your Christmas tree.
Yes.
So your Christmas tree is the most zhuzhed, fanciful tree on the block.
That's correct.
Your grandmother would be proud.
I love the birds. I mean, the birds are amazing.
And they, too, also have a little bit of bling on the wings, and they're fashioned after enameled pins of the cloisonné kind of style with the little raised gold lines. So they're not a natural interpretation of birds, although I do love birds.
All that detailing is
They're more of a
incredible.
decorative interpretation.
Yeah. And talk about the sketches it took to make all of these.
Well, I usually have to start with an actual 3D, I call it pinch art. It's like a little rough sketch in clay. So I
Kind of like these little guys are like your sister with the fondant.
Exactly, because it helps me be able to plot the design and how it moves over the form. when you're drawing flat, you can't quite capture that as well. So I actually draw on my little modeled shape to plot how the line work goes.
Now, how is that the actual model?
And what you're looking at there is my final illustration of from different sides, so that, you know, my expectations of how this is going to look are fully delineated, you know, so.
Edythe, can I ask you, how long would it take you to do that sketch?
Oh, good.
Usually from beginning to final sketch, maybe a week and a half to 2.
That's it?
Yeah.
How long would it take you, Deb?
About a year and a half to 2. Kind of 1.5 to 2, but yours are weeks, mine are years for certain. And how about you, Tammy?
When I start a sculpt, or I always start with a sketch first. I have a sketchbook I draw in, so I always draw first, and then I do pinch art as well, like Edythe does. But I work in a wax, and I move it around with a hot tool, and I sculpt with dental tools.
Oh,
Do all the tiny details,
interesting.
yeah.
So, and how long would that take you from beginning to
Oh,
end?
like the cocoa one probably took me a week or so to sculpt.
I feel it's not enough to say you all make ornaments. You make works of art. You really do.
We love what we do.
Yes.
And it shows, and we love what you do too, because we hang them all over our Christmas trees and we pass them down from generation to generation. So thank you so much, ladies, for everything you do. You really do an amazing job.